What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video on the whitetail series here. We are actually getting ready to head out to go hunt some public land out in Clare with my dad for the weekend. We're gonna go see if we can make something happen on a fresh piece of public that it's been a long time since we've been there. We used to hunt there like 5 years ago, but we're all packed up in the truck. We're gonna hit the road here. We already got some public pressure to be expected. Public land for everyone to enjoy. But the guy seems to have one of the spots picked out that I had scouted online. So I'll probably have to mark that one off the map. I'm sure this place gets a decent amount of pressure. There's a lot of two tracks going in and out of here. Make it pretty easy for you to drive all the way back. But find a tree, get set up, I'll get back with you. Alright, so we are finally set up. I just had two does move through, so I'm whispering. But it's right around 3:30. So we're just gonna sit tight, wait it out. Hopefully we see something with antlers. Headed back in for another sit. Saturday evening. It is super windy. They're saying 15-mile-per-hour winds, but then it's gonna die down right before prime time. So about 7 o'clock, it dies down to about 9 miles an hour.
thought about going back to where I saw that small 6-point, but the wind just isn't really great for that spot, so I don't want to go in there and blow them out. But we're gonna go find a tree real quick, and then once we get settled in, I'll come back at you. All right, so we just got set up. I'm getting ready to climb in. I'm running 2 sticks, so pretty low to the ground. But look at this setup, right in this pine tree, and then wide open. There's a game trail that runs right out in front of me here, so fingers crossed we can make something happen. Oh, we just shot a doe. Already down. It was a 30-yard shot. Here's my arrow. She's painted red. Pretty sure I saw her go down. I'm just looking for blood now. I got blood right here. There's more blood. There's more blood. There's acorns in here like crazy. I got more blood. Oh man. That was intense. I think she's starting to open up. I think I see her. I think I got a white belly, boys. Oh, there's another deer. Check this out. What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to another Whitetail Series recap. Now, for this particular hunt, my dad and I headed up to Clare, Michigan to hunt a piece of public. Now, this used to be a trip that we used to take religiously every single year with his side of the family, but 7 years ago, that kind of broke up. We stopped going up north, but Ronnie, his nephew, actually wanted to get this group back together, restart this tradition, and I'm actually super grateful for the invite to be able to go back up. So we went up to Clare. We arrived Friday evening, and as you saw, we did get into some deer. Now, I opted to pass on that doe, being that it was the first sit, and I also opted to pass on that smaller 6-point that I had come in. Now, Saturday, unfortunately, the hunting conditions were not great. It was super windy. We didn't end up seeing any deer. The evening sit, I thought that I would probably see a little bit of movement just because I had tucked really tight to a swamp where historically in the past they've bedded there. But like I said, unfortunately, I did not see any deer. Now, giving you guys a little bit of backstory of what unfolded on Sunday. Two things. A, when we got back to the cabin on Saturday night, we started to kind of exchange stories. Now, Ronnie was the one that gave me the tip on this area. He had told me that he probably saw 13 or 14 different deer. One was a 6-point. That was a decent size. They were all coming in. He was in a section of pines that had a mature white oak tree that was dropping acorns. So Ronnie told me about this area, gave me the green light to go in and hunt it because they did not have plans on hunting Sunday morning. So my dad and I went there. I snuck in, was just listening for the sound of falling acorns and got as close to that sound as I possibly could. Now, we did get there a little late. So once I finally got set up in my tree stand, it was already daylight. I went to go pull my backpack up that had all my layers, my camera arm, and also my camera, and it got stuck on a piece of deadfall at the base of the tree. Now, being that it was already daylight, I made a game time decision, being that I had the falling acorns and the scrape in the area, not to go back down and risk making all the noise going up and down the tree another time to get all that. Looking back, I'd had plenty of time because that doe actually did not work in until about an hour and a half later. So unfortunately, I didn't get this hunt on film, and what is really upsetting about it is that I had ample time to range and shoot this doe. I've never experienced the doe coming in and feeding on acorns like that. And I've never been in a hunting situation where I actually had that much time to execute a shot on a deer. So I was able to watch her walk in. When I first ranged her, she was at 36 yards, and then she worked all the way in until 30 yards and was completely broadside. Now, I also had a little bit of footage showing the shot placement because she did duck the shot a little bit at 30 yards. So the shot came in high and then went out about the middle of the body. Definitely a double lung hit. Like I said, she only went about 40 yards and tipped over. But for whatever reason, that footage got corrupt and I don't have it to share with you. So that's kind of why I'm giving you guys a little bit more of the backstory. But overall, it was an excellent hunt. I'm super excited to have some meat in the freezer. So now I can focus on just hunting a buck on my primary locations that I hunt. But that's going to be it for this hunt recap. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Stick with us. We do have some additional hunts coming up. Now we are right around the corner from the peak pre-rut and rut season here in Michigan, so I anticipate there's going to be a lot of buck movement here in the coming weeks. But that's it. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel before you bounce off here. If you guys have not checked out MichiganAmbushOutdoors.com, please go over there. We do have some merch available, and your guys' purchases of that merch greatly supports this channel, keeps us doing what we're doing. Till next time, stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you on the next one.